Alright, let me see if I get this thing up and going. Oh, perfect. Alright. Hello everyone. I am a little under the weather today, so I'm probably not going to have the stream go long, but I am going to play. In fact, I think I did the duels last stream on Friday, so what I want to do is I want to play at least one game of Arena here with the random 60 pool, and then I might end up going back and doing the duels, or I might just play some games here. It kind of depends on how much time we're looking at. So I'm going to go ahead and make a deck. Let's look at our pool here. Already I see an Ancient Chant. Ancient Chant's one of my favorite cards. So just looking at this pool right now, I mean, I'm just skimming here, but I've got 17 wild cards in a Raging T-Rex, so it's likely I'll want to play wilds. And my Sage is looking good, but nothing really strongly loyalty to wise. Evil, I've got Necromancer Lord and Medusa. It's always nice. Any good? Not a whole lot. So we'll go ahead and go through the colors. Usually what I do is I just go ahead and add in cards. I'll probably play from any, no matter what my deck ends up looking at the end. So it's very likely I'll end up playing Second Wind and Watcher Gargoyle, because both these cards are 0 cost and they recycle. So they're safe picks in most decks. I'll also probably play Divine Judgment as a Banish All that can also draw 2. And honestly, I think that's it as far as cards go that I'm very likely to play from good. I mean, I could play Priestess Evangeline as another 0 cost that recycles, but it's definitely very small impact. If you don't use the ally ability here, it's basically just a human token. So you want to have good 1 cost cards to go with this card or some other synergies. Good evening, Cash. Alright, so let's look at Evil. I'll probably end up playing the Gudgeon. I mean, it's pretty nice to have on-turn draw 2s, and it's good to have some draw 2s in your deck, because you want to have ways to draw more cards, basically. I'll go ahead and put in these 2 0-cost answers. They both deal 3, and they have some other nice benefits, so these are reasonable cards in most decks. It's nice to round out your deck. I don't think I'm going to have enough evil cards for Medusa and Necromancer Lord. If I just look right now, I have 15 evil cards. But I don't really want to play Infernal Gatekeeper, Plague Zombies, Soul Hunter, Rax's Enforcer, Vampire Lord. And so I'd basically be adding those cards into my deck just to fit loyalty to. So we'll see about evil. I might decide to do it, but it's actually pretty likely I won't play Medusa or Necromancer Lord, depending on how the rest of the pool looks. So here in Sage, I'm going to go ahead and add in the Ancient Chant. Even though Misguided Herald does work pretty well in a lot of decks, you need a lot of champions. So right now I only have one 1-cost champion. It's not looking good for Misguided Herald right now. Shadows is pretty solid. Let's see. Probably could play Memory Spirit, since I have a lot of good events to bring back, especially these 0-cost ones, Consume Wither and Second Wind. Alright. I'd say that about runs it out for Sage. I mean, I could play Frost Giant here. And I could also definitely... There's a high chance of me investing heavily in Sage, because Alara, Helion, and Knight of Lara, while not all-stars in my opinion, they are still good. They're better than just average cards that I'm placing in my deck here. But the supporting cards that I would be playing, I'm much more comfortable playing. I'm much more comfortable playing things like Frost Giant, Lying in Wait, Reusable Knowledge, Force Fields, Machine, Time Walker, and Standalone. These are all, they either draw 2, or I feel pretty good about having them in my hand, no matter what point in the game it is. So let's go over to Wild here, and I'll do the same thing. I'm probably going to play Fires of Rebellion. I have to invest pretty heavily to play Raging T-Rex as well. This one's not as big of a deal. I mean, I'm not going to play Pack Alpha or Den Mother. Sorry, Pack Alpha or Burrowing Worm. So, but I could play everything else, in my opinion. I mean, Sea Hydra is also a card I'm not, and Wolf's Call are not cards that I'm crazy about, but they're fine. Usually, in a 30 card deck, I'd want something like 10 cards of a card that 10 cards of the color that I'm investing heavily in. So let's see, right now if I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or let's just cut these 3 out. That's 6. I could do 10 and 10 and then have 4 left to split up over here, or more in these colors. So let's just go ahead and see what that looked like. It would probably be something like I'm playing Dead Mother, Forked Lightning, Jungle Queen, Lurking Giant, Mighty Blow, Pyromancer, Raging T-Rex, Wolfspite, Rage, Flame Spike, Fireball. We could probably cut Jungle Queen. We'll cut it for now. Go back over to Sage here. Helion, Alara, Knight of Shadows. Lying in wait. This is a deck I would play Surprise Deck in if I had access to it. Visual Knowledge. War Machine, Time Walker. Alright. So, and I can play Standalone. A little light on board clears, to be honest. Price Giant could be okay. So anyways, we have to draw 2 cards. So, Mighty Blow, Rage. A lot of draw 1s though. I guess Rage and T-Rex counts, that's 3. Lying in wait's 4. Reasonable Knowledge counts, that's 5. Standalone 6, Enchant 7. Gudgeon's 8. Divine Judgment's 9. It's about 9, about a third of our deck. Not too crazy. I'll probably just go ahead and add in No Escape here and Bitten. Just to round it out. I mean, I could play Hands from Below, but I think this card's pretty situational, in my opinion. I mean, sometimes it blows people out, but other times it just does nothing. So I'm not the biggest fan of it for that reason, but it was totally reasonable to play it. Also, it doesn't look like I have any Punishers, so I should probably make room for at least one. Like I could play Winged Death, and I could play Frost Giant. So I'm gonna cut, I already cut Jungle Queen, didn't I? We should play some amount of Punishers. I mean, Helion's sort of one, Knight of Alara sort of one, War Machine's pretty close. Just some Punishers. Like, Time Walker probably doesn't do anything in this deck, even though it is a Sage card. So I'm gonna cut Time Walker and put in the Frost Giant instead. I'm gonna see if I can find room for Winged Death. Especially with Wither. Can have some nice plays with it. I suppose I should just, I don't really want to cut these cards. Could cut the Gudgeon. It'll be alright without Winged Death. I think this is probably good. I want to have as many Wild and Sage cards as possible if I'm going to be playing loyalties from both. I'm being pretty greedy here, but it's definitely doable. Alright, so that's the deck. Go ahead and start a run. Try the arena. Alright, I'm up against Josiah. I'm going first. Rating checks, unfortunately I don't have the cards in hand to support it, so I guess I'll toss that and War Machine. I mean, I could hold on to it and just look a little bit further. I'm not going to find it. Let's go ahead and get rid of, I don't want to get rid of Divine Judgment since it's one of the only ways I have to clear the board in my entire deck. I think I just will end up tossing the T-Rex and holding Knight of Shadows and these other two. Would really like to get the double wild, but it's a bit risky. So let's start us off with probably a Gudgeon. I mean, it's probably one of the best times for a Gudgeon here, just to get our hand size up. And it looks like it paid off. What ended up happening here is now I have Helion plus Loyalty, so this gives me a very good play if my opponent plays something like Thought Plucker. And one thing about this deck is it has no discard pile banishment, so we will need to play somewhat towards that by being aggressive. Can't have this game go on too long. Cards like Plentiful Dead will make our lives much more difficult. Here's Force Mage. Take out the Gudgeon, probably pass, I guess. Somewhat tempted to just Helion here and destroy that and deal 2 damage to Josiah. Even though I will be spending my gold first in that scenario. Might just not be a punish for me. I don't want to play Knight of Shadows into that. I could play Wither Knight of Shadows into that. But yeah, I'm going to be more aggressive here. I think that it's the main way that I win this game. I'm playing differently than normal, because I normally try to make my decks more like the slow kind. But I don't think that we win this game by passing back and forth. I think that opponent has an Ancient Chant in the discard pile. You just play a Force Mage and pass. I have to act on that, so I will. Play is very weak to Palace Guard Con or some kind of aggressive Punisher. Like, I have nothing against a Rampaging Worm. I might just lose if a Rampaging Worm gets played here. But I didn't have to make this play. Alright. Once again, I'm feeling bad about not having any discard pile banishment in comparison and Ancient Chant in the discard pile. I'd be happy to know if I had something that I could do versus that. So we'll go ahead and attack with the zombie token. Probably get traded off here. Alright, rescue Griffin. Sure. Also, I just should have played Knight of Shadows first, since it'll feel bad if Josiah recalled Ancient Chant here, but it looks like Josiah did not. And I'm going to go ahead with the Knight of Shadows. And then Josiah's probably going to recall Ancient Chant to go up to 5 cards in hand. That's what I would do. Yep. But it's very important that I dealt with that Force Mage Apprentice, because otherwise any CH1 cost card could take this out with the Force Mage Apprentice. So now Josiah will have to spend a real card to get rid of this. Kind of curious to see what the zombie token attack is all about. I guess there's another deal 2 in hand. Josiah, I played against Josiah a bit. I don't think Josiah's the type of person that would make a bluff attack like this. I don't think it makes sense to board clear this board right now. So I'm just not going to block. Great. That's what I like to see. Couldn't get in for 9. It's unblockable, so 9 is a lot to just take here. Spike trap. Okay, well that's not good for me. Good banish all here, but it doesn't really do very much. There's not a lot going on. I don't have any 0-cost threats to play. This is not a good spot for me to be in. If I Divine Judgment here, Josiah probably draws to with Ancient Chant and then places the right on turn. But I don't really need to. I should probably just Flame Spike the zombie token, see what I draw for a cycle. If I get 1 card back with Reusable Knowledge, it would probably be the Helion or the Night of Shadows. But Night of Shadows is not very good against Ancient Chant, so I'll save the Helion. Could break that, make a zombie. Just seems like such a weak play. Could break that and return Helion to hand. That seems better. Let's do it. It's pretty slow, but I can't just keep taking 3 every turn, and I can't pass with a 7-card hand. All right, that's fine. This is gonna get bitten. No Punisher last time, so I'm just going to assume no Punisher this time. Yeah. That's going to fix. Night of Shadow is really just the fact that it is... Yeah, see, on turn Ancient Chant, that's very good for me. No Punisher to be had. I can get away with some greedy stuff. Is what I'm determining here. Yeah, Night of Shadows, the fact that it's 9 damage unblockable is really the power of it. Man. I'm just gonna pass here. I'll take 2 and then let Josiah discard a card. Josiah wants to. Or force Josiah to make a play of some kind. There's Muse. Alright, happy about that, I think. Just spend my gold to get rid of both. My alternative is withering it, but it doesn't really solve the problem. I'll be the one who's forced to act first, basically. Guess I should have picked up that Wing Death. Sure. We've got Lurking Giant Wither, so if I was Josiah, I'd probably play a card before attacks here. If, well, maybe not. If it was a champion, and Josiah should play champion, then it would be attacks first. I'm going to take this, and then champion comes down, I probably will play... I mean, Lurking Giant and Standalone are both reasonable. Assuming Josiah plays around Standalone, I'm sure it'll be some kind of mid-sized champion. So Lurking Giant might be very good here. Something with like a Winter Fairy. That kind of thing. Maybe able to do something with Lurking Giant Rage. Angel of Death, okay. The Zombie Apocalypse is relevant to know about. If I attack with this and Rage it, I should be able to draw out the Zombie Apocalypse. The only thing is I would really love to have something with Blitz here. Like Frost Giant would be perfect. Alright, not Frost Giant. Suppose I could also get by with Wither instead of Rage. Kind of depends on which one I'd rather have in my hand. If I Wither the zombie tokens, and then Zero Cost Champion comes out though, then I'll be forced to play the Rage as well. So I'm just going to use the Rage here to force the Zombie Apocalypse to be played. Then it'll probably be my Ancient Chant. Oh, Transform. Okay, that's fine. Might just Divine Judgment then. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard to get a lot of use out of this against Josiah. This is a pretty good turn to do it. I mean, the thing about Knight of Shadows is that it replaces itself, so it's already like the body and the card that you draw, plus the card you make your opponent discard. So, just efficient. It's like a 3-for-1. Alright, there's Second Wind. I'm going to recycle away the Ancient Chant, looks like, to draw 2 cards, looking for a real play, I guess. Josiah doesn't have a actual champion to play in hand, out of threats. So I might just pass here, which I would be very happy about. I'd just start my turn. Sure. I'm going to play Angel Gate. Also happy about that. Looking for a real play, it looks like, still. I mean, this is all speculation, right? I don't actually know that Josiah's looking for a real play, but based on Josiah's plays here, usually you're not usually at 7 cards and then you go up to 8 because on your own turn, unless you're looking for a card to play. And I think that is the case. Josiah decided to go with Angel of the Gate. It's a pretty weak on-turn play. Although followed up by White Dragon, it's pretty strong. I will probably play Reusable Knowledge here. I might just get back the Divine Judgment, re-Divine Judgment again. I mean, I have Standalone as well. It's kind of, I don't really like using Standalone usually. It's more of a draw 2 for me. I'll definitely get back that Divine Judgment and replay that. I'm gonna see how many threats Josiah can make. Alright. What have you got for me? I mean, I'm also making a play here based on my game sense, what I think is happening in the game. Josiah could definitely blow me out here by playing an ambush champion, like that. Yeah. Alright, looks like I'm going to be taking 8 here, potentially. I mean, if I was Josiah, I'd just attack with both of these demon tokens and probably pass. Not a good place for me to be. I'm just kind of forced to... I don't have to start my turn, but yeah, it's not looking good for me right now. Like, this probably makes a demon token to make 2 right now, or The attack here, in my opinion, is greedy. You're already ahead. You don't need to do that. Probably means there's like a Brave Squire in hand. There's Rax's Curse, right? So 0-cost champion won't do it. I have to spend my gold on a champion. Can't draw a card for 0. This attack is also very weak to Spike Trap. Or a 0-cost play that makes multiple 0-cost champions. But I mean, if I go down to 6, I pretty much just have to draw 2 anyway. Yeah. Not a good place to be. This is Arena, yeah. Thanks. Fix. Yeah, no, I think we're dead. I'm guessing something like an erase here, and then, oh, I'm just gonna take a fireball maybe. Honestly, I think this build was fine. It definitely wasn't, it's definitely something that I scraped together. Maybe like a 3 out of 5. As far as decks go. Not bad, but nothing overtly strong about it. Alright. What play could cause us to win here? I have no idea. Probably Knight of Alara plus attack. I mean, it's possible there's no discard pile banishment, in which case I could draw cards, but I don't have any board clears in my deck. I just have the Divine Judgment, which I've played twice. It's probably Knight of Alara plus swing here. Maybe Knight of Alara pass. Maybe Knight of Alara pass. Because I'm probably going to have to play standalone on my next turn. You just hope for the best. You don't usually want to use Knight of Alara as a blocker. It's very good as an attacker because against very large champions. Not when your opponent has like an army of champions. Alright, Order Summoning. I'm not sure what Josiah wants to have in hand. I mean, direct damage would be good, of course. So I still don't want to attack here. I'm going to pass. This is going to be used for blocking. Once an attack happens, I'll play standalone. And hope for the best. I also don't have any discard pile banishment. That's a very weak point of this deck. Yeah, I'm dead. I'm dead to any Sage 1-cost card. Yep. Alright. That'll be the game. Alright, well, I'll probably just do another one. Alright, mix it up. Let's see. Yeah. Alright, let's make a new one. See if we can get a little bit of better pool here. Let's see, let's go ahead and put in the second wind. This Griffin is quite nice. Underrated. Martial Law. Maybe we'll get some kind of Justice Prevails deck going. Start with this as our core here. In good. Not sure about Faithful Pegasus. It does recycle. It is a 0-cost champion. That being said, it just doesn't have very much of an impact. I guess we'll start with it in the deck. I might cut it. The evil is not looking very good here. We've got Bitten and Inner Demon are alright. Medusa is pretty good, but you need Loyalty 2 for it. These are all removal. Reckless Enforcer is a very specific card. You don't usually put it in in these type of decks because it's weak to Spike Trap and Forked Lightning and just various things that deal 5 damage. There's a lot of them. Strafing Dragon. Plus the deal 3 damage, doesn't get rid of demon tokens, and the -3 offense. It's kind of like Avenging Angel, where if it stays alive, it's very annoying. but it's easy to kill. We'll go ahead and put in the Guild Demon though. And probably Wither. Alright, so in Sage is looking a lot better. Sage is looking a lot better. So is the Wilds. Go ahead and play, I'll probably just end up playing like a heavy Sage deck again. As well as that went last time. Lessons learned? Maybe. Gonna put a Sea Titan and Temporal Shift, as well as Time Bender. If we have Loyalty 2, might as well. If we're gonna play both of these cards, Time Bender and Sea Titan, we can play Corpse Taker. We've got Wave Transformation, it's always nice. Spike Trap is always nice, Vanishing is always nice. It's Warrior Golem, and so is Hasty Retreat. And then on our Wilds, probably going to be Feeding Frenzy, Flash Fire, Go Wilds to start, and then Fires of Rebellion and Draka's Fire. It's pretty solid. I mean, I could put enough in to play Pyrosaur and Draka's Enforcer. As far as Hurricane goes, the only card I have in my deck which Hurricane doesn't hit is Sea Titan. So I don't think it's going to get any value for me. And I have Martial Law and Divine Judgment and Wave Transformation, so I don't need it. Pyrosaur will be very good to put in, but I don't think I'm going to play enough Wild to play Pyrosaur. So honestly, I think I'm probably down in the Wild front. Same as Draka's Enforcer. It's also a good card if I have more loyalty too. Yeah, exactly. Avenging Angel. I mean, it's just a card. I usually just put in the cards which are reasonable in most decks, and they don't require any kind of loyalty to. I did end up putting in some loyalty to Sage because I just had so many. Usually I'll put a Misguided Herald towards the end if I think I have enough champions. So let's look at our 1-cost champions. Avenging Angel is 1, Alara is 2, Sea Titan is 3, Night of Law is 4, Time Bender is 5. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I forgot Alara. So let's say that we have 6 out of our 29 other cards, right? So I'm just gonna do some math here for a second. So the chance that we dodge all of the cards is I got a weird result. All right, I'll just type it in here. It's gonna be there's 7 champions, right? Then 29 other cards. 29 minus 20, 27 is 22. So it's something like 22. It's gonna be 1 minus 22 times 21 times 20 times 19 times 18 divided by 29 times 28 times 27 times 26 times 25. So the number of other cards. In other words, the chance that I miss the first card, the chance that I miss the second card, the chance that I miss the third card, all the way to the fifth, 1 minus all of that, is going to be 77%. So in other words, or 78%. 78% of the time we'll hit if we... Yeah, basically, the chance that Misguided Herald will hit one of the 7 cards in the deck, if a 30-card deck, is 78%. Assuming that I don't pick up any other 1-cost champions with 28. So overall, it's actually probably not worth picking up in my opinion, unless it's something like 85. I know that's like an arbitrary number, but if 1/4 of the time at 75%, I just miss with Misguided Herald, then it's a 0. It's worse than a 0-cost card, right? A 0-cost card is like a 6/7 or a 5/6 with Airborne. This would be a 3/2 with Airborne. This is worse than 0 if I play it and I don't hit something. So I don't think it's worth playing unless you can hit it maybe 4 out of 5 times, which is 80%. But if I put in another 1-cost champion, I'll probably play it. So it's right there on the edge of where I could play it. And I do kind of need more threats, so I might end up putting it in. I think I probably want to play Thrasher Demon in this deck because I do need more threats. I could play Siren Song. It's fine. I mean, it has its moments. What do I have for draw twos? Don't have too many. I might play like Siren Song because it's a draw two and it deals with 0-cost champions. And then I don't have that many evil cards for Unquenchable Thirst, so I don't want to play that. I could play Transform. I could play Reusable Knowledge. I'll probably play Reusable Knowledge. Yeah. Just to try and shore up my deficiencies here and build my Sage loyalty. Alright, this was our deck. It, again, it doesn't have a lot of discard pile banishment, just Guild Demon. Overall, though, I'm more confident about this deck than the previous one. I've got some health gain, I've got a lot of 0-cost champions, and I don't have very many threats, but hopefully I can just get one of these to stick and carry the game. Like, things like Sea Titan are they should be able to do a lot of work for us. So, this is even a deck I could run Soul Hunter in, because I don't think I'm going to have enough card draw to get to 8, though. Alright. I know, well, 6 1-cost champs. I also have 0-cost champs, but you got to keep in mind, let's say that it's a 30-card deck, right? And 10 of your cards are 0-cost, so you have 20 1-cost cards, and then you have Misguided Herald in there, so you probably are going to end up with something like half events, half champions. Completely on average. That would be 10 events, 9 other champions, except that you're not going to have a perfect split usually. Sometimes you're going to be more event focused, and then you're going to have something like 13 to 7, either 13 events and 7 champions, or 13 champions and 7 events. So this deck is just on the event side. It's something you got to consider when you're playing Misguided Herald. You could just jam it into every deck, but a lot of the time. And also, in my opinion, you're going to have more 0-cost cards in your random 60 decks than you might normally. I think I have more than 10 0-cost cards in this deck, and I think that's because they're easily splashable. And it's harder to build around specific synergies. Though it is very good with Sea Titan, and also with Time Bender. So I did want to play it in the deck. I probably would have if I had one more champion. Can check to see what the odds would have been with one more champion. If I had one more champion in the deck. Wait. The 2022 would have been and 17. Maybe no, but 82% or 83% rather, 82.8. All right. We're going second. Fires of Rebellion is quite nice to have in this hand. Martial Law is fine. I don't need it. It does go very well Flash Fire. Could keep his hand, honestly. Don't have an off-turn play, but probably end up drawing 2 with Flash Fire, and then I can try and get my loyalty 2 out with Warrior Golem. Yeah, I'll just keep it. I mean, the health gain is relevant. So when I mulligan, I usually mulligan just to try and find certain types of cards in my hand. I already have those. The difference in health that you have mulliganing all five or not mulliganing all five is the difference between playing a second wind and not playing a second wind. So the health loss isn't negligible, especially if you're playing against a person that is playing very aggressively. I'd say that it actually matters more in constructed than other formats because I'm less likely to. The game is just slower paced when you're playing anything that isn't constructed, because constructed is about trying to make the most of all of the cards in the pool. So yeah, I will probably just draw a card and defeat the Rabble Rouser here. Could even draw two and banishing that, but that's like spend two cards. That's the same thing as drawing a card. I have to get rid of my Flash Fire. Let's just draw a card and get rid of it. Then I can Warrior Golem and attack for 4 here. We'll hide the, probably hide the Vanishing, since I'm more likely to draw 2 with Haste Retreat than Vanishing. Vanishing gives you value, and Haste Retreat gives you tempo. So usually I play towards value until we're both at 7 cards in hand. And this way, even if both humans block, I still get to recycle. Again, this deck is going to be weak on Punishers. I just have Avenging Angel as my only Punisher. Alright, we're going to go ahead and recycle here. This is very nice because our opponent didn't get to recycle there. I'm probably going to Temporal Shift and return a token to hand to draw a card and make that person banish a card from hand. That way, there's no way for them to play an off-turn Loyalty 2 here. We're just going to draw 2 right away. Alright. Still probably the play. I don't have, like I said, I don't have any Punisher to make. I could banish all, but it'd be very weak to banish all just to get rid of 2 humans. It's always strong to Temporal Shift a token because they don't get the token back to hand. So I'm going up a card and they're banishing a card from hand. In general, discard and banish from hand is more powerful the less cards they have in hand. So right now they could have a Loyalty 2, 2 cards to support it, and a 3rd card, a 4th card, which is just powerful for some reason. Maybe it's a champion, other champion for example. So now I have to decide, do I want the powerful card, or do I want to cut off my Loyalty, or do I want to get rid of the Loyalty card? And if they had a 7 card hand, they would just say, oh, well, this Corpse Taker is really useless right now, so I'm just going to get rid of that. And then the effect doesn't really do anything. So if I was them here, probably would try to go for the attack with both humans and then pass. Usually when you're a low number of cards in hand, both players passing is good for you, because the other player gets less of a benefit out of the cards, out of drawing more cards than you do. But it seems like they're trying to think about some play they could make before attacking. Maybe the only one I would consider here is maybe Gladius. Maybe Gladius. Yeah, that's it. Or Gudgeon. Some kind of good, strong on turn play plus pass. Okay, Citadel Raven, alright, getting back Wolfspite. Wolfspite is definitely the thing you want here. Maybe Lessons Learned if you don't have an off-turn play. So maybe they have no off-turn play, and so they're getting back lessons learned with this because they need to. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my gold right away here on Hasty Retreat just to draw 2 cards, and then I'll wither that. Second wind away both of these. If I could, I would. I'm going to go ahead and wither here. And that will take 2 from these humans. Not worth flash firing them. I'd really like to get just something like a Faithful Pegasus or my Thrasher Demon. So honestly, if I have Avenging Angel here, I'll probably play it. Ooh, go wild. I will Spike Drop. This is better than a second wind here. The second wind that also removes that human from play. Alright, I'm going to leave the last human token in case I have a Blitz champion. I'm probably just going to go ahead and Sea Titan here, removing the human token. Just put a clock on the opponent, so they have to deal with this 11 offense champion at some point. One thing that's really strong about Sea Titan and Corpse Taker together is that if my Sea Titan breaks, right, I can play Corpse Taker, return Sea Titan to hand, play Sea Titan, return Corpse Taker to hand. And you can just keep doing that unless your opponent can banish your Sea Titan. It is pretty slow though. But back in the day, this was a popular combo in core set only constructed because people just love recursion. And it does give you a sort of inevitability against decks that just aren't running any Waves of Transformation or Divine Judgment or Inherence the Meek, that kind of thing. I mean, even discard banishment like Amnesia, Heinous Feast, or Guilt Demon will do it, but they do have to deal with it at some point. You know, Henwood Epic. I do this type of thing a lot when I'm playing games. I just name myself CJ and then the name of the game. To be honest. That's fine. It's just a 3/4 really. I could banishing it, but I'll save the vanishing for a real threat. And I might get a lot of value with Draco's Fire on my next turn. Alright. So here, I guess I'm expecting Lesson Learned is still in hand. Probably just drew this Zealous Necromancer off the top when Henwood played the Go Wilds on the human token. So, in my opinion, if you have Go Wild in hand and you have Citadel Raven, I would play a Citadel Raven, then Go Wild it, make it a 7/7, then attack with the Citadel Raven, because that way you can't remove the Citadel Raven for 0 very easily. And also the fact that it's airborne. If I spend a gold card cost to remove the Citadel Raven, then that's a good thing for you. You've drawn a card off of it right away, and I probably haven't unless it was Fires of Rebellion. And then if you don't have any event to get back, you can get back the Go Wild. It's a good trade. just going to go ahead and play the Misguided Heralds. Considering some other option, this is exactly what I was talking about with Misguided Heralds. It's, I mean, getting a zero cost champion's okay. It's better than zero cost, but you're basically spending a gold to have your zero cost also come into play with this 3/2 airborne. All right. Now, Dracosfire is looking very tasty here. Could even do it off turn if I want. If I draw 2 and go to 7, then draw a card and go to 8, then Dracosfire, draw a card, go to 8. Or I could Dracosfire, CP at 5, go to 6, but I have my gold up on my own turn. I like that second option. Let's go ahead and do it. Really hard to get punished here because Sea Titan is untargetable, so I can't get Feeding Frenzied, and Henwood's gold is down. CJ Farmville. Yeah, exactly. We've got a great Punisher here with Avenging Angel, so we are in business in case there is a wave of transformation or something. The thing is, it'd probably be CJ Farm or CJ Ville in that case. Or CJ FV. Keep it nice and short. Draw 2 with that lessons learned. Alright. The thing is, as good as Avenging Angel is here, I don't actually think it's worth playing because the Sea Titan is going to be pretty dominating. It's probably better just to draw 2 with Siren Song. I mean, I guess I probably won't have an off-turn play, but yeah, it's not really worth committing to this board. I'm already so far ahead. The Sea Titan needs to get removed. And it can only be removed by a board clear, so that means that there's a board clear coming, or I win. So I shouldn't play Avenging Angel. A decent chance I'll play Time Bender here without loyalty too. If a zero cost champion and a draw 2 gets played. Otherwise, don't be afraid to use your Sea Titan or other large untargetable champion as just a force your opponent to lose their worst champion every turn instead of whatever else it would be. If that's all you're doing with it, it's probably doing pretty good. I think that's why this card has seen some popularity in the more controlling decks in the past. Not the good ones, but the more traditional control decks, because it just eliminates your opponent's resources slowly. It's more of an attrition card than anything else, and it's a win condition if you've eliminated all of their resources. Dare Mother is going to come out. This is where Flashfire is useful. So let's see. I will draw 2 with Divine Judgment and Flashfire. Flashing Fire now, so that this card gets bigger now, and then it won't be bigger on my turn when I attack with the Sea Titan. I draw 2 with Divine Judgment first, just in case I draw something that changes my plan from that one to something else. We'll go ahead and attack, and if this gets blocked here, then that's fine. I could even Vanishing and then attack, but it's kind of greedy. If this gets blocked, I'll probably Guilt Demon or Thrasher Demon in swing. Alright, there's Demonic Rising. That's going to break everything and give us Demon tokens with Blitz. Go ahead and get in with this, and then I'll play Avenging Angel here. Now this is where Avenging Angel is good. The Demonic Rising gives the demon token splits. I want to clear that demon token first. I usually like to trade aggressively whenever possible. It's my own turn. Usually your champions are stronger on... if we both have a zombie token, the zombie token is stronger on the player side that's attacking because they could remove the blockers of the opponent and attack with it. And so usually if it's my turn and I don't have a way to abuse the fact that my champion is around, I'll just try and swing in, force the trade to happen between the tokens. But you can only do this if attacking with your token won't be particularly bad for you. I mean, if I attack with my token and my opponent doesn't block and then I'm at 2, then that's obviously a bad play. I think we've got this game. Whittling our opponent down. I could just go ahead and toss down the Guilt Demon and the Thrash Demon and try and end it, but... Oh wait. I'll play it out safely. Rax's Displeasure to break that. It's usually a good sign when your opponent spends their gold to play a board clear that removes one of your 1-cost champions. I don't really want to draw 2. I think what I'll do is I'll play Guilt Demon, banish Misguided Herald in case they have Final Task or something. Then I'll play Time Bender, reveal both here to go ahead and return target champion to its owner's hand, get back my Guilt Demon. And then when I start my turn, I can Corpse Taker to get back Sea Titan, probably. And play... we'll do this, ready? Corpse Taker, get back Sea Titan. Return target champion to its owner's hand. Then let's just go ahead and Guilt Demon and attack with Guilt Demon. We'll see if we can win with Thrasher Demon. Go ahead and play around Zombie Apocalypse. And then if our board gets cleared here, we can play Corpse Taker, get back Avenging Angel, and win with Avenging Angel. Otherwise, we've got lethal with Guilt Demon and Thrasher Demon. And if something like something really weird happens, I can play Thrasher Demon, or I can play something and then Sea Titan it. Alright, there's Fireball. I'm going to Thrasher Demon swing here, and then if I get in for 3, I'll Vanishing it and attack again for 3. I could even Corpse Taker back Avenging Angel and attack with that, just to see what my opponent does, because the Thrasher Demon, Vanishing Thrasher Demon will probably get in. But there's really like a lot of lines here that are pretty close to being equal. It's hard to say which one's the best. We'll let the Thrasher Demon one. Here we come in with Faithful Pegasus, Sea Titan, Faithful Pegasus as well. If this gets removed or blocked, that'll be on my next line. I'm just going for the most number of different attacks because that way I'm not hinging on a single champion getting stopped by a haste retreat or something like that. Yep, I think that's going to be it. And if Headrun played Inner Peace here to gain 10, I would just play Corpse Taker, get back Avenging Angel probably, and then Sea Titan my Corpse Taker back to my hand. I guess in either case I should play as Faithful Pegasus because my only option play in hand at the moment is Martial Law. I'm not sure if I played a Corpse Taker deck. Corpse Taker is one of my more favorite cards. Should go ahead and probably make a deck around this as well. It returns a 1-cost champion from your discard pile to your hand, so it's very powerful to return this card to your hand. It's probably, in my opinion, the strongest 0-cost tribute. Not in terms of power or tempo, but just card advantage. It just draws you a card for 0. Alright. Good game. That's going to be it for the stream today. I'll be back on Wednesday, and I'll be doing more beta stuff. So we'll be talking about the dual scars again on Wednesday. In the meantime, have some good games, and I'll see you all next time.